As dawn broke, the Blackwood mansion looked calm and peaceful. The storm had ended, leaving behind a clear and cool morning. But inside, Oliver Blackwood was still feeling anxious and unsettled. Oliver paced back and forth in his study, feeling frustrated and confused. The peaceful morning outside was a sharp contrast to the chaos he felt inside the house. The missing Last Echo manuscript was like a gaping hole in his life. A car rolled over the gravel driveway, breaking the silence. Detective Clara Mitchell stepped out of her car, looking up at the mansion with a determined expression. She walked towards the front door, ready to start her investigation. "Mr. Blackwood?" Clara said, shaking Oliver's hand firmly. "I'm Detective Clara Mitchell. I've been called about a theft. Can you tell me what happened?" Her voice was calm but serious. Oliver led Clara into the study, where the scene of the crime awaited. The glass case that once held the Last Echo was open, and the manuscript was missing. The room looked messy and disorganized. "I was going through the manuscript last night," Oliver said, his voice shaking. "I put it back in its case and locked it up. When I woke up this morning, it was gone." He looked stressed as he described what happened. Clara noticed the old clock on the wall, its hands frozen at midnight. She wondered if this time was important to the case. The stillness of the clock seemed to add to the mystery. "Did you notice anything strange before you locked the study?" Clara asked. Oliver shook his head. "No, everything seemed normal. I did hear some odd noises, but thought it was just the storm." He tried to remember any unusual details. Clara inspected the open glass case in the desk. She spotted a small, almost invisible footprint on the desk. She crouched down to take a closer look, thinking it might be a clue. "Who else had access to this room?" Clara asked. Oliver listed the staff: Mrs. Adams, the maid, Mr. Brooks, the gardener, and Mr. Hayes, the security guard. He trusted them all, but Clara needed to check their stories. Clara interviewed Mrs. Adams in the kitchen. The maid looked nervous. "I was busy with cooking and cleaning," she said. "I didn't see or hear anything unusual." Clara paid close attention to her words and demeanor. Next, Clara spoke with Mr. Hayes, the security guard. "I patrolled the grounds and checked the property," Hayes said. "I heard some noises from the library, but thought it was just the storm." His tone was steady, but his eyes revealed little. Clara then interviewed Mr. Brooks, the gardener. "I was working in the garden," Brooks said. "I heard sounds coming from inside the house, shuffling or moving things. I thought it was just the house reacting to the storm." His story seemed honest, but didn't provide much new information. Clara decided to check out the library, where the staff had mentioned hearing noises. The room was filled with old books and had a musty smell. Clara moved carefully, listening for any clues. While exploring, Clara noticed that some books were out of place. She moved them around and found a hidden compartment behind the bookshelf. Excited, she prepared to see what was inside. Inside the compartment, Clara found a piece of paper with a strange message. "When the echo fades, the truth remains." The paper also had an unfamiliar symbol. Clara studied both, thinking they might be important clues. Clara wrote down everything she found. The message and symbol seemed to fit with Vincent Blackwood's reputation for creating puzzles. Clara knew these clues could be key to solving the mystery. Clara found an old journal in the study, filled with notes about Vincent Blackwood's love for puzzles. The journal mentioned a secret location tied to a specific time and date. Clara read it with interest, realizing it could lead to more clues. Following the journal's instructions, Clara set the old clock to the time mentioned. As the clock's hands moved, she waited nervously. The room was quiet, and the tension built as the clock approached the designated hour. At the right time, Clara heard a faint click. A hidden panel in the wall opened, revealing a small safe. She unlocked it and found a series of old journals and letters from Vincent Blackwood. These documents seemed to offer deeper insights into the mystery.